This is Lightning McQueen, and this is him in Lego. And today I'm going to unbox, build, and recreate the most popular Pixar movies out of Lego. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, things are gonna go ka-chow or ka-chiga. Anyways, Lego. Now, Cars is one of Pixar's most iconic franchises literally ever created. You've got Lightning McQueen, Mater, Chick Hicks. And these cars have been in everything from movies, to shorts, to theme parks, and even a Cars-like Pope and Pope-mobile toy. Wait, what? And now they're in Lego, because they just put out a brand new version of Lightning McQueen. And when I saw it for the first time, I was like... So I instantly went to the Lego store, copped it, and brought it home. I also ordered a whole bunch of mystery fake Lego car minifigure packs online, but first I'm gonna build this official Lego one that we get later. So hit that subscribe button, because things are gonna ka-chow. Oh, and by the way, by the end of this video, we're gonna be racing all the cars. But we're gonna start with the set of Lightning I just brought back to the studio. Lightning McQueen! Yo, he's literally so cool. And he's minifigure scale, or mini car scale, I don't know. Bro, look how detailed he is. I've never seen a car this detailed before. He's got the Rusty's logo, so you could look just like me. These are actually also stickers, like in the movie, it's accurate. He's got the Buzz Lightyear tires. See that? It says Lightyear, like Buzz Lightyear. And then he's got all the stickers here. I don't know what any of those say. And these stickers, and I still don't know. And then look at his underside. Oh wait, no, we have to blur that. Hey, blot that out. You can't look at there. Bro, even his caboose has got things going. What does this say? Medicated bumper ointment. That's interesting. I think that's what Rusty's is. See, it says medicated Rusty's bumper ointment. You know, I literally never read the full thing until just now. But you got like the eyes, you got the mouth that's brick built. That's so cool. It's not a sticker or a print. And he can like drive around. What the heck? Whoa. You know, if I was like 7 years old, I probably would have died if I got this Lego set. I actually almost cried when I watched the trailer for Cars 3 where it shows Lightning crashing. You know that one? Yeah, that one. Anyway, I have a wish list for ones that I want Lego to make. Since they did Lightning, I want them to do Mater, Chick Hicks, Dynaco. Oh yeah, wait, his name was Strip the King Weathers. I want like a battle damage version of him too. And if we're gonna be adding, I want Finn McMissile, Highly Shiftwell, Cruz Ramirez, and of course the Pope Mobile with Pope Car Lego set. And if they don't do that one, I'm gonna be disappointed. Anyways, I think it's time that we take a look at our mystery box. And don't worry, we'll be racing this boy later. All right, so this is a Cars themed mystery racing box, and we have a whole bunch of mystery cars in here. And then there's a 6-in-1 build that we have of Mac, I think. We'll see if we'll do that. Maybe we'll, maybe we won't. I don't know. But we should be getting instructions and everything. And they all come in these cool little balls. See, it's a speed flash racing. So let's open the first one. All right, so these guys are like really tricky. There's no like one area where you can like pull and it really works. Okay, here, let's try this. Oh, that worked. All right, so we got the wrapper off. We have a bunch of cool cars, and look, they're like Italy. This looks like it's from Cars 2, low-key. But then I saw the bus lady and was like, I'm pretty sure she wasn't in Cars 2. So we got Mater stickers. We're gonna build Toe Mater. Just got a giant orb. Use those for like bath bombs. And then we have the instructions. And then we also have like the instructions for how to add him to Mac. All right, let's open this bad Larry up. Let me say it like Toe Mater. Let's open this bad Larry up. Sorry if that was offensive to any tomaters out there. All right, now the first thing I have to build is a tire. We're gonna do this tire. We're gonna slip a this on. Get on there, little tire. And we're gonna slip on this tire. Bada boom, tire. And then we're gonna sleep on little this and a little bit of that. And then we're gonna do another tire. And I'm slipping into a southern drawl more than a tomater accent. Yeah, that's sorry about that. I can't maintain a tomater voice. All right, let's attach these two wheels together. Boop and boop. All right, let's keep building. What the heck? All right. Now, the next thing we need to add is this brick. This is an interesting thing because this car is not going to be super aerodynamic. Did any of you watch Mater's Tall Tales? Maybe we'll recreate one of those. But we have to finish building them first. Here, we're going to add this here. Okay, now we have a fire base. Look at that. Yeah, I think we need to move this up more, to be honest with you. We'd always move it back later. We're going to add a clip here. Then we're going to add this here. And we're going to add this here. Sweet. Okay, there's a next build. Okay, the face is going to be a little on the complicated side. Sweet, we have a face. Okay, and then next we're going to do these little front. Yo, these look like those little missiles that were installed in him in Cars 2. You see that? Like they're like in a chute. That's what that looks like.
Hey, check it out! They let me keep the
We're just gonna add those there. It's got the little clips here. And then the last things we have to add are these fine little details. Oh yeah, and I forgot we have to add this piece. I forgot about that. And I think these pieces aren't a part of this mater. I think that literally they're just for when you do the Mac build. Yeah, okay, now we just gotta add on the stickers. All right, we have the eyes. Bro, it looks like SpongeBob's mouth. I don't remember his teeth being that even. Okay, we're gonna do this first instead, actually, because, okay, that's where these go. This is, I guess, some type of M for mater. And then the last thing, Okay, I'll give you a mouth, just 1 second. It's like just a really long sticker for a little mouth. All right, the mouth looks a little goofy, I'll be honest. But we got freaking Toe Mater.
Hey, Mater. I wanted to ask you something. You were born in the 50s, right? What did you do when you turned 18? I was no fortunate son, McQueen. Mater, did you come in? You were there too. What are we gonna... I think that tree may have just been talking Vietnamese.
All right, I'm giving the little Mater a 10 out of 10. Let's open up our next pack, and I want to do blue one. Is this gonna be Luigi? All right, first thing I gotta do is, all right, let's see it. And it's going to be, it's Luigi. PIXAR. Okay, let's open this bad Larry up. Ooh, this is his additions on the Mac. And then we have the instructions here, and we have the parts here, and the stickers here. So, let's build. So I'm gonna build him literally as fast as Luigi. All right, PIXAR. Last part. Ready? Very careful. Yes, we have Luigi. Now we just need Guido. Anyway, we can just put him back in here. No, let me go. Fine, we'll let you go. What's funny is this one's actually in scale with this Lightning McQueen. He's not a big car, but I'm still gonna give this build like a solid 9 out of 10. It's pretty good. All right, let's pick out the next one, and this one's gonna be random. Let's do this. All right, we're gonna try using a brick separator to open this. All right, that's not working. Back to the slicer. Oh, that worked. All right, let's see who's inside. Yo, no way, it's Sheriff. He's the police car from Cars. He's like that classic old looking boy. Bro, I love him. He's actually such a vibe. Yo, these instructions are so little. It's like almost the size of my fingernail. All right, we're gonna add the tires, and then we're gonna add the headlights, or tail lights. All right, and then we have back of him. We're gonna add this here, and then we're gonna add this here. All right, and then we're gonna add the police sirens, the front things, and the front bumper, which will, I guess, have his mouth. And you know, alone, this would look like a pretty good police car. But, lucky for us, we don't have to do that. Just in case anyone doesn't realize it's a police car, you know, gotta make sure we say it. Oh yeah, and we got a mouth. Gonna go over these two parts so we can take this apart after. And then we're gonna add this piece, sticker here, bada bing. And lastly, the eyes. This one's easy. Boom, number 1, 2, bada boom, yo. Sir, do you know why I pulled you over, sir? No, I do not. Well, you're just too darn handsome. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Don't be, okay, I'm going. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Hey, don't be a stranger. All right, let's open the next bubble. All right, let's open this one. It looks yellow. Who knows? Maybe it's Luigi. That'd be cool. Boom. And it is, whoa, that's a lot of stickers. Oh, it's the bus. I think her name is Miss Fritter. That's a really bad name for a bus. And let's see the instructions, because this one looks on the bigger side. Yo, that looks crazy. All right, let's see the parts. Whoa, look at the stickers. What the heck? All right, Fritter time. All right, Miss Fritter definitely has the bigger parts that we've done so far. And that's why we're gonna build her wheels. We're gonna try putting them all on first, and then we'll put on the actual like tires. So is this the wheel and then is this a tire? Or does it not become a full wheel until the tire's on it? Please comment down below because I don't know. All right, we're gonna do this one. Get on there. And then where's the other one? We're gonna get him on there. All right, and let's build the rest of him. Such an interesting selection for a build. All right, there are no instructions for where to put the stickers, so I'm just gonna guess. We have the stop sign on the left side. No, that looks like a minor accident. Well, it's okay, because in the movie, she looked kind of like decrepit and broken. So I guess the Lego can be similar. So we're gonna put this one on, bada boom. And then we're gonna put on the eyes. Sweet. And finally, the mouth. Wait, I forgot a thing. This is the nose. This looks more like a Mr. Fritter. I don't know how this is a miss. Hey, I like the color. I mean, it looks just like me. Well, except for the fact that it's ugly. Yeah, not my favorite car, not iconic. 0 out of 5 booms. I don't know. I'll still add her to the collection because you know I have to. And then I'm gonna open up the next car. Where are you going? Oh, she just hit him. Okay, here he is. Bada boom. Bro, I don't like these egg shapes. They make me uncomfortable. All right, let's see who this is. This looks like one of those lemons they had from Cars 2. I could be wrong, but let's see. Okay, so if you remember these guys from the movie, basically in Cars 2, Finn McMissile kind of like blew up their whole oil rig and was trying to fight them, and Mr. Axelrod. This is kind of an odd car selection. I don't know why they did this one, but we're gonna build it. All right, let's build this lemon. Yo, he comes with the little fire thing and the little like eyeglass protector. But we gotta put the stickers on. All right, we're gonna do the left eye, then the right eye, and then we're gonna put this back on. But he still can't speak because, you know, he doesn't have a mouth. So we're gonna need to add the mouth on. RIP! All right, and we have one of my favorite Cars 2 lemons. Not really, I never had a favorite Cars 2 lemon. Another kind of big character option. We're gonna put him over here, and we're gonna open our next pack. Why don't we do this one? I like how this looks exactly almost like the Speed Champions logo. All right, let's open up this boy. Sweet. Yo-ho-ho, it's Lightning McQueen. Heck yeah, bruh. Look at him. Oh, dude, we're gonna build Lightning McQueen. It's gonna be so cool. I mean, it's not like we already built him in this video, and one that's definitely gonna be better. But we'll still compare him, you know, test it out. All right, let's connect another tire. Ugh, tire. All right. Bro, what is going on with this one? What the heck? All right, well, we're gonna put it on there. That's totally not gonna cause an accident. And this one over here. All right, and then we're gonna do kind of the same thing we did with the base of the other one, because these guys are about 5 bricks wide. Oh, we gotta give him a front bumper. Yo, this is so dangerous looking. Boom, I ripped it off. Eat my rubber. Nah, actually, I'm not gonna eat that. That's gross. Okay, let's finish building. And this here, all right, and then we need to put in where his eyes are gonna go. And then the last thing is his headlights. Got this here. All right, and then we're gonna put this here, and that should be pretty easy. 1, 2. All right, one more thing I have to fix. Okay, I fixed him, and now we need to add the lightning bolts, because, you know, it's lightning. All right, we're gonna add this here. All right, that looks mid. And then we're gonna do the other one. The sticker's literally bigger than the brick they want me to put it on. Boom. We put this here, and we're gonna put this over here. Sweet. And we're gonna put this here. All right, we have a naked Lightning McQueen. He feels naked anyway. He's missing all his stickers. What the heck? Now, this is a $1 Lightning McQueen, and this is a $30 Lightning McQueen. You know, it would be cool if they did one of those $200 sets as a giant Lightning McQueen. But so far, which one's better? Oh, it's not even close. I mean, this one isn't even $1. I think this costs $4. Look at this. The lightning bolt here, the lightning bolt here. He could, like, eat 3 of them. I totally just broke his back, by the way. Hi, Dad. I just had a great day at school. Did you get all A's? No, I got all C's. C's? Ka-chow! Ah! At least now Mater has a slightly more to scale friend. Now we have a total of 6 packs left, and I have a sneaking suspicion that these are all gonna be the exact same, because we have another yellow one like the bus, a red one like Lightning, a black one like the cop, a brown one like Mater, and the green one. Now we do have this Maca design here that we need to get 6 of to make, so I wanna try something. We're gonna open up all of these, and then try to build this. All right, now let's play with these. We're just gonna open them all. All right, we gotta unpack all of them. So we're gonna do that right now. All right, 1, 2, where's the 3? 3, 4, 5, and 6. Sweet. All right, the next thing is getting all these suckers opened. We're gonna make a giant ball tower. That sounds wrong. Oh no, my ball tower. We're gonna do a clear tower and a blue tower. That's it. It's interesting, they have numbers on them. See, that says 5. Oh shoot, should I have used these? This is gonna be bag 1? Wait a minute, bruh. How did I not know this? Let's look. Yeah, this is like the first base of it. Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. Okay, so I figured out actually. So you have 1 and then the instructions will count all the way down to the complete at 29. But I think I need to actually open all of these at once because we need all the parts. All right, let's build a colorful Mac attack. All right, let's do the hyperlapse build. Okay, and here is our boy Mac. He uses like Mater's eyes and mouth, which kind of fits him, but something you'll notice about him, he's not red. In fact, he's not any color. He's all the colors. This looks like something I would have made as a kid, and it looks really friggin' goofy. You know what, I'm gonna say it, I don't like it, and I don't know why you'd buy 6 of these to make this. I like the thought, the execution's terrible. I would have rather gotten 6 individual different cars, like Flo, Ramon, that evil German car, maybe even Chick Hicks. Now the mystery pack cost about as much as the Lightning McQueen set, so I'm gonna say the better buy if you're like a displayer collector is gonna be this one, and if you just wanna have a bunch of cool cars to play with, definitely get this one. But now we're gonna just race them all and see which ones are the fastest. All right, are you guys ready to race? Because we're gonna race in just 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know who won that. All right, we're gonna live react to that footage. Oh, I think green won. See that? Mama, what do you think? Oh, yeah, it was green. Lemon. Yo, congrats, dude. Oh, he died. Everyone else fared decently well. The bus survived, Lightning got capsized, then he got capsized again. He lost his fin. That's a quick day in the shop. Do they go to the doctors or the shop? Anyway, everyone pretty much survived. That's pretty good. This is a Lego man, and today we're going inside his brains to build all of his different emotions from the movie Inside Out in Lego. So stay tuned, because things are gonna get emotional. Anyways, Lego. Now first, if you haven't seen the movie Inside Out, it's a fun movie where all your emotions are actually little people that live inside your head. Like in the first movies, you have emotions like joy for when you're happy, anger for when you're angry, or sadness for when you're sad. And as you got older, your emotions got more mature and you would get more and more of them. Like in Inside Out 2 with anxiety or embarrassment. The movie's really cute and it shows you how you make memories and values. Now today I got some parts and I'm gonna be building all the emotions. Starting with joy. Now Lego already made a mini doll of joy and we're going to be doing a brick build. And the first thing I need to do is the torso. It's a very normal looking torso. Then we have to add on the legs and the other leg. Oh, and guess what? We have to add more green. Boom and boom. All right, now it's time to build the arms. But you can't have one arm, so we gotta do 2. But you wouldn't be able to stand unless you added feet. So we're going to add feet now. W feet. Now she's headless. That's not very good. So we have to build her a head. And that starts with, of course, a neck. It's gonna be a little hard to have a head without a neck. And now we have to build the head. All right, un, deux, and trois. Now we just have to do the other side. That's really creepy. All right, let's put a smile on that face. Still creepy. All right, now we gotta add eyes. Maybe that'll help with the creepiness. All right, that's helping a little bit, but not a lot. All right, let's add some hair. Now the back of the hair. That's not fitting. All right, second time's a charm. Still not fitting. That's an issue. All right, I fixed it. Boom, got a little bald spot there, but that's okay. I don't know why she has these weird holes sticking out the side of her head, and we just have all these extra pieces, I guess. Put those over here. And like that, you can connect the head and you have Joy from inside out with a bald spot. The build is honestly kind of lame. It kind of reminds me of the scene where she turns into a two-dimensional character and it's like flat.
Bing bong's rocket makes you yell hooray, bing bong, who's dressed every way, what's things on to say?
I'm gonna give this build a 5 out of 10. The next character we have is Anger, and I have to build him with these parts. Starting off, we have to build in some feet, because there's nothing worse than a legless Anger. Boom, now he has legs, but absolutely nothing else. That's not gonna work. All right, let's keep going. Boom, boom. All right, now he has a tie, but the tie is orange. His real tie is not orange. As you can see, it's red. Here's the minifigure of Anger. Now we gotta add arms. All right, now this next part is going to be where his teeth are going to go. And they legit take up like the entire part of his body. That's crazy. Now we just gotta do his eyes. Now he basically looks like Doodle Bob from SpongeBob. All right, it's eye time. We had to get these eyes specially printed out just for Anger. And they don't look terrible. Now we're gonna add a clip to his back because the next thing we're gonna do is really cool. We added all these clear orange pieces because we're gonna add a bunch of fire. Now you'll notice there's one stud empty and we still have that clip on the back. Now I'm gonna take this fire piece and we're gonna put it here. And here's Anger from inside out. This one looks a lot better than Joy and I'm going to give a 7 out of 10.
Think positive.
Congratulations, San Francisco. You've ruined pizza. First the Hawaiians, and now you.
So far, we have made 2 of the emotions. Let's keep going. This next minifigure is Disgust. We're gonna start off with the feet once again. And now we got 2 sets of little legs. And we're gonna combine them. We're gonna do that and a little bit of this. Now we have a torso working. We just need to finish the dress, which Joy didn't have, by the way. We got that and we got this. Now that's a full-on dress. Now we just have to finish off the torso. All right, time to build the first arm. We gotta add the muscles in, for added definition. And then we bring the boom with this one. Now we just need to do the other arm. Now this other arm's gonna be a little different. First, we gotta connect 2 studs, and then we gotta connect these 2 pieces. And then we connect them to the studs, and then we gotta smooth it out with these pieces. And that's, I guess, supposed to be an arm, which you could put like this. Next, we have to build the head. And this time I'm gonna keep it attached to the body. There's a tongue, gotta surround the tongue, doesn't fall out of her mouth. Almost time for the hair, but first we gotta get that weird looking face. This will never stop making me uncomfortable. Now it's time for the hair. Eyeball time. All right, that's epic. One sec, because now we just gotta add the back of the head so her tongue isn't sticking out the back, and maybe add some extra detailing. So there's a little curl right there. And boom, we have Disgust. Just don't ask her thoughts about broccoli.
Ew, ew.
Hey, Disgust, what do you think about broccoli?
No way.
Disgust is gonna be the first one I have to give an 8 out of 10. Now the next emotion I'm a little afraid to show you because it's fear. You can tell because the purple color of the bricks. All right, let's go. First, we're gonna start by building the feet. All right, that's a whole leg. We gotta make room for another leg. So we're gonna add this other part. Now it's time to build the next leg. We're gonna start with a foot. Attach this piece on. An official Lego, might I add. All right, here we go. Boom, now we have the whole bottom half of Fear done. And the thing about him is you'll notice he's kind of crouching. So we're gonna put him down here. The next thing I have to build is the torso. And that's gonna be a little more complicated because I need to stack a lot of these boys. So we're gonna do that. We're making his black and white sweater that he wears in the movie. So it'll hopefully come out looking pretty snazzy. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are supposed to be his arms. We just gotta do the hands, and we're finally getting a little purple in there. It is the thing Fear is known for. And then we gotta put some studs on them because, fingers. Let's go. All right, now we have a headless head of Fear. So we gotta stack to it. So we're gonna start with this piece. A little neck collar. Oh no. I don't like this. I don't even remember where to put it. All right, I finally fixed it. That's my bad. All right, now we get to add purple on the head. Let's go. We are moving up in the world, boys. All right, first piece down, second piece down. Now we gotta add some teeth to this sucker. Who here is scared of dentists? And this guy probably is, honestly. He has 2 teeth. Then we're gonna take this piece and we're gonna add this And we're gonna add this. Oh, yeah, and this. Oh, and by the way, for his hair, we're going to use the whip piece from Indiana Jones, but in black. That's so cool. Honestly, I was a little worried about this minifigure right now, which is funny because it's Fear, but now he's looking pretty good. Now we just gotta add the top half of teeth. And I'm missing one. Should we make toothless Fear? Yeah, we'll see how that looks at the end, and then we could always add it later. But for now, we have to finish off the nose. Boop, got your nose. Okay, I'll put it back. Then we're gonna put these suckers here, and now we have the creepy eyes again, and a missing tooth. And I'm angling his eyes to like his unibrow. Oh no, there's his nose again, because I want him to look afraid. I'd honestly be afraid too if I had a hairline like that. But don't worry, we're gonna fix it by making his hairline invisible. He was not having any of that. This is a very unstable minifigure. All right, 2 more. Boom, boom. All right, it looks like we have a fully completed Fear. Oh wait, we're missing something. Okay, that's not working. And he's falling apart. Also, I could put in 1 tooth. Is it even that important? Should I keep going? There we go. I got it in. We gotta try to attach this sucker back on. Oh no, I knocked the tooth out again. Now he just looks sad. All right, 1, 2, 2. Oh no, the tooth isn't staying. Stay in there. There we go. And we got this piece, and now we're good. All right, now just stay. Ready? Everything stay. No more breaking. Yes, that took way too long. All right, now we have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 emotions. Let's go. Fear is by far the most fragile. Yeah, I'm giving him like a 4. He was way too hard to build. The next character is a real handful. And we're gonna build this one a little faster. Now that was a quick build of most of Sadness. Now I just need to add her eyes. And they made these clear round pieces so that way you could just stick them on and put her eyeglasses in. Even though her eyes are outside the glasses, which doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Now this one's pretty cute, so I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10. I'll leave her here to cope with that. All right, keep it to yourself, because I think we're done. That's pretty much everyone, right? Wait, what are the mind workers doing here?
Somebody press the red button. That means it's our time to come in.
Well, that went pretty well, all things considered. Wait, who's that? I think that's Anxiety. Uh-oh. All right, it's our first character from the red button scare, and it's Anxiety, so let's go. And I'm gonna start with the feet, and we also have to give Anxiety legs, because if she didn't have legs, she'd be really short. Those are some pretty spiffy legs. All right, and now to connect them. Boom, bottom half done. She also has a pretty thin torso, which is why this is only gonna be like 1 brick wide. Oh, of course we gotta add the arms. And now we gotta add the other arm. Boom, now we got a whole body going. Neck time. And before I put the head on, I want to connect all the teeth because there are a lot. Yeah, that's right. I'm using the middle one as an eye because I kind of ran out of studs with Fear. All right, time to attach the head. All right, here we go. We got the little cheek things, and we got this piece. And then, of course, we got to get the little, whatever those are called. And then the stud hopper. Oh, and how could I forget the hair? Anxiety does have some wild hair, which is kind of funny. All right, here we go. Boom. Then we gotta test these 3. 1, 2, 3. And unlike almost all the other characters, she has these little thin eyes. They're like googly eyes, honestly. We're gonna clip them in. All right, she's surprisingly accurate. Like, this is the official minifigure, and this looks pretty good, all things compared. I think this might be the first 10 out of 10 build. Hey, what's Anger doing back there? Oh no, it's an anxiety attack. The next emotion is going to be envy. Probably one of the emotions I cared the least about in the movie, but that's okay. We're gonna build her anyway. We're gonna start, of course, again with the feet, because I feel like it would be weird if they just didn't have feet. But then again, it would be weird if they didn't have a head either. And if I had to choose, I'd rather get their head. Click-a-dick. Click it up. Now we just get to add the hands. All right, Envy, here you go. Here's some hands. That's pretty cool. Now we gotta build the head. And then we attach to the back, and like that, you have a floating head. That's pretty neat. Now you just gotta add all these parts like this, and these. All right, now we're talking. That's looking more and more like an Envy. Hair time. Boom, now Envy has hair. Let's go. All right, it's eyeball time. We got eyes. By the way, if you could see this, smash that subscribe button. I know Anger's about to. there's Envy with, of course, her best pal Anxiety. I think this one's pretty cute and it's perfectly simple. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay, no, you're so right. We eat whatever, Valley. Woo!
All right, we're almost done, but I think we have some ennui to deal with. This one's definitely going to be pretty unique. All right, first we're using this 1x3 piece, and we're going to be putting that down, and then we're gonna put another one down. I don't know why they couldn't have just given me a 2x3. Anyways, we're gonna start stacking pieces like this, and it's gonna be almost done, and soon we're gonna have a dress. All right, that's pretty lame so far. Let's add these pieces. These are called stud hoppers, by the way. Boom, there's the dress. Now we gotta move up because Ennui's gonna be really tall apparently. And we're gonna have to do this as well. Ooh, and she's purple. I don't remember her being this purple, to be honest. All right, here we go. And we're gonna add in extra arms. Look at that, now she can T-pose. Whoa. All right, let's add on the hands. I don't like the way this feels. It feels creepy, very creepy. And she comes with a bag. I think this is supposed to be her iPad, but I could be wrong because, you know, she does carry around an iPad in the movie. Now it's time to build the head. So we're gonna take these and we're gonna clip this right here, and then we're gonna flip it over because this is gonna be her neck, which is odd. Now we're gonna attach this purple nose to her head, and then we're gonna stack these two bricks for her eyes. See coming together yet? All right, this is my favorite part because these eyes are really unique. One of them's a little funky looking though. I think she low-key got in a fist fight. Now we gotta give her some hair. All right, we're almost done. Now the only thing left I have to do is include this extra piece that resembles hair. All right, this one honestly gives me more questions than answers. I don't like it at all. I give it a 2. It hardly looks like an emotion, and it makes me want to be scared. Don't lie though, this is probably how you look watching this video right now. Is it? Comment if you're watching this on a phone or iPad. This last one is the biggest one yet, and it is embarrassment. So let's go. Now the first thing I built of his were pants, and now I have to add the shoes. And we gotta make them look shiny, so we gotta add these extra parts. And now we're adding the shoes. Next, we're adding the sweatshirt. But unlike in the movie, they don't leave room for his butt crack to show. That's a real thing that happened, by the way. All right, let's keep going. Boom. All right, he's getting pretty chonky. So let's make him chonkier. Let the chonk begin. It's bulking season. This is him before his winter arc. Subscribe if you're on your winter arc. Make sure to like the video if you're on your winter arc. All right, we're getting there, slow and steady like a turtle. You know, I've read The Tortoise and the Hare 100 times. You know who always comes in last? The hare. You thought I was gonna say the turtle. All right, now some pink is getting in there. We're seeing some character. Finally. You know what? I think we should add the eyes now. We're also going to add his little magenta piece up here. Now you might still be wondering, this doesn't really look like him. And you'd be right, because we still have some pieces to add. Like this, 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 and of course, this. Now we just have the 2 arms to attach to him, and we're gonna do that. But first I have to finish them. All right, the first arm is done, and these are really interesting builds, but I'm going to add the little fingers. All right, now we just gotta add bro's arms on. All right, I finished the other arm, and we could attach it to this. Oh right, I still have to do this. We're going to add these to make sure the hoodie is a little more complete, and then we're gonna go to his back and make that look nice. And we're gonna attach that here, and then we're gonna make the hoodie really go all the way around, and it'll be a full wraparound. And there is our full embarrassment, who's looking suspiciously like Bing Bong. And in the movie, he became good friends with Sadness. They became best friends, and now they're both best friends in Lego form, which is cool. Because he's so adorable, I'm gonna give him a 10. And that's every Inside Out character built in Lego. Except for Nostalgia, she was in the movie for 2 seconds. She doesn't. It is Lightning McQueen, and this is him in Lego. And today I'm going to unbox, assemble, and race these mystery Cars characters in Lego. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, we're opening this gold mystery pack that has inside it the fastest car of them all. And then we're gonna race it on a real road. So gentlemen, start your engines and Lego. Cars is one of the biggest movie series of all time. They made Lightning into just about everything from a TV to an oven mitt to backpacks that Mr. Beast hands out and even Lego sets. And lucky for us, Lego made a whole bunch of Cars sets. That was about 10 years ago, which means they're super rare and expensive. So I ordered a bunch of mystery packs, see what they're all worth, and if I could actually afford them, and then test them on the real road to see if they are speedy. So let's go get those packs from a real car.
All right, racing time.
Yo, look, here's the mystery gold pack. I really wonder what racer is gonna be inside here. But we're gonna put it back because we're gonna open our first cars pack. Oh yeah, and we'll just put this over on here. All right, let's see what's in our first pack. No way, it's Lightning McQueen! All right, let's build him. All right, we have a side tile and a side tile. I think this is Lightning McQueen. And then we're gonna do this, which is the back bumpers. Then we have the front bumper that has his mouth. And then we have the what do you call this? The fin or the spoiler? I don't know, what's the word down below? And then we have the front tires. And the back tire's already on. Wait, where's the other back tire? Is it in here? Are we lacking tires? What the heck? All right, and then the last version is this. I guess it's because it's his muddied up, dirty version. This looks like the version from Cars 3, where he was with Miss Fritter and, you know, trying to outrun them all. And he had the Rusty's logo, you know, muddied up. No, I don't know much about where this figure actually comes from, so I'm gonna find out with this app. It's called Brickify, and you can go to their minifigure scanner and then just scan Lightning, and it tells me where it's from right away. So we're gonna add to our collection as used, and then we can check our collection and see where it's from. It came out in 2017. It is a junior set, and it was in one set. Oh wow, that was so quick. But he's worth a total of $13, which is pretty good. All right, now we're gonna take him out to the real road to race to see if he's actually as good as they say he is. He probably won't be because he's missing a wheel. All right, let's race this muddy Lightning. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, and it looks like he only made it like 33 inches. Not great. All right, that was kind of eh. Anyways, let's open up our next pack, and we're gonna do this one. All right, let's see who's inside, and it is Guido. Yo, he literally has one of my favorite lines in all of the Cars movies, and it is,
Pit stop.
yes, Pete, stop. All right, let's build him. All right, so we have this, so that's like the bulk of him, and then we got this piece, and then we're gonna, I guess, connect them all through this, and then the last thing's the wheels, but will that be an issue? No. All right, then we're gonna do this wheel. Yo, and we have our boy Guido. He looks freaking awesome. All right, now it's time to scan what set he actually came in, and we're just gonna do this. Come on, where's Guido? All right, he goes for about $485 used. We're gonna add him to the collection, and we're gonna see what he's worth. All right, he came in 2 sets in 2017, which means he's probably also from Cars 3. I can't imagine this one's gonna race well, but we're gonna try him. Oh, and by the way, the app's called Brickify. You can check it out in the description. Now let's go race Guido. Now it's time to race Mr. Guido. Go, 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 go. Aw. All right, he might be the worst one, but honestly, he's a pick car, so you should kind of expect it. Let's get our next pack, and it is this one. All right, we're gonna see who's inside. No way. Right after Guido? This is my boy Luigi. He owns Casa del Tire in the movie, and he's like a fangirl over all the race cars. He's also a Fiat, I think.
Guido, there is a real Michael Schumacher Ferrari in my store. A real Ferrari! Punch me, Guido. Punch me in the face. This is the most glorious day of my life.
Anyway, we're gonna assemble his wheels. Bada boom. And then we're gonna do his mouth, his bumper, and then we're gonna do his front and his back. Wow, he really is little like a Fiat. What the heck? But he's yellow like me. And you too can be just like me. Ka-chow. Ka-chow, I'm your biggest fan, I'm your biggest fan. All right, pal, calm down. Let's scan Luigi into the collection. We go to the minifig scanner. We're gonna scan him right here. Bada boom. It's like a $4 figure. Sweet. Came out in 2017 too. He probably came out with that other one. And this one's probably gonna race a little bit better than the other two because he's not as small and he doesn't have 3 wheels. He has all 4. All right, I have high hopes for you, Luigi. Ready? Oh, wow. He's got 32. That's pretty good. I'll give Luigi a 10 out of 10. Aw, these two look so cute together. All right, let's open up our very next pack. We're gonna do this one. All right, we're gonna see who's inside. By the way, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. No way. Is this Jackson Storm? Pretty sure it is. Have to be certain though. We have the back with the back bumper. It says Igniter 2.0. All right. I don't know which side is supposed to be which. Well, let's assume it's this side for now. We'd always flip around these two later, but I'm assuming this is facing right. And then we're going to do this one, and then we're gonna do this. Sweet. Yeah, that's basically Jackson Storm. And then we're just gonna tag on the wheels. Wow, these might be the most detailed wheels we've gotten yet. This is the main bad guy in Cars 2. I did not like him. I thought Chick Hicks was a much better bad guy. Yeah, he was kind of a jerk. And he didn't even say Kachiga. Crazy that Lego made a Jackson Storm before a Chick Hicks. All right, let's open this up. We're gonna scan it. Bada boom. It's Jackson Storm. Yo, he's $15 new? Whoa. All right, we're gonna add him to the collection. He came out in 2017 in one set. I think that's the Florida 500 race. And now our collection's up to $40 just because of him. Look at that. All right, this might end up being one of the fastest ones yet. So let's race him. All right, now it's time for Jackson Storm, one of the fastest new race cars. Whoa, he made it almost 3 feet. All right, Jackson's currently our winner. All right, Jackson's getting a 9 out of 10. All right, this one's sticking out. I think it's time we do this pack. All right, and it's going to be, oh, it's that old guy from Cars 3. Trying to remember his name. He was friends with the Hudson Hornet, Doc Hudson. I feel like that's repeating myself though. So we're gonna put, he had like these front door hinges over here. So we gotta put that on. He also had this piece. Eyes. Trying to remember his name. It's been so long since I've seen Cars 3. I guess you guys can comment down below, but you know how I can find out? I'm gonna use the app. All right, we're just gonna hold him up to the camera. All right, his name's Smokey. Right, I knew that. And he's gonna be $8 brand new. So we're gonna add him used because he's technically a used figure, I guess. All right, yeah, he came in one set. I think it was Smokey's Garage. That was a pretty cool one. And he even comes with some barrels of hay that he could just, you know, haul around. All right, let's race this bad boy. All right, let's race our next car. All right, Smokey, ready to go-key? Let's go. Oh no, he crashed. Yeah, I think that's disqualifying. All right, let's rev open the next bag. And we're gonna see who's in this one. All right, let's open it up. Yo, it's another one of those old folks from the Cars 3 movie. What the heck? Why are we getting so many of these old folks? I don't even know what kind of car this is. Bro, I need to get my car lore up to date. I'm not good with these. All right, we're gonna tag this on. So girl one, I remember that. And I guess this is this gonna be on the bottom? I think this is gonna be down here. Ooh, that looks nice. Ooh, look at that clean line. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right, and then this is gonna go right up here. What does this say? Moonshine, right, because they used to like smuggle drinks. All right, let's find out who this is. All right, and it is Junior Moon. This car goes for like $3. Worth nothing. Nobody wants you. Hey, that's not nice. Well, it's true, but that doesn't mean that she won't be a bad racer. Might have been wrong. Junior Midnight Moon might actually have been a guy. He was also like a Piston Cup racer or something. So maybe he'll still go pretty fast. Let's race him. Time for our next car, old timer. Oh, bro, she broke too. What the heck? Why are they always breaking these old timers? I guess because they're old. All right, let's open up the next pack. Anyway, let's open up the next pack. Yes, it's another Lightning McQueen. We'll find out which variant this one is because it's another one, but we gotta build it. All right, so he's gonna face this way. So that means we're gonna need to put this part back here. And then we have this little spoiler plate right here, whatever you call it, fin. We have the eyes and the mouth, or the front bumper. All right, now it's tire time. Beat stop.
Beat stop.
Yo, and this one's actually printed on. He doesn't even have stickers. None of these have stickers, actually. This one looks really cool, actually. I think it's based off of Cars 1. It could be Cars 3, though. I don't know. I think it's Cars 1. I think this is a Cars 1 car. This is when he's sponsored by Rusty's Medicated Bumper Ointment. Oh, okay. You guys know what time it is. Let's see how much he's worth. $5 or $7 brand new. We're gonna add him here because he's not technically new. $60 so far for all these cars. That's crazy. But you know what's crazier? Not racing Lightning McQueen. Let's do it. All right, ready? 3, 2, roll. Lightning kind of fudged it. All right, Lightning gets a 10 out of 10. All right, now it's time to open our next car, and I'm gonna pick out one from the back. All right, and it is Cruz Ramirez. Oh, another Cars 3 character. Bro, we just keep getting these. All right, we're gonna put the back bumper on, then we're gonna put on this piece, bada boom, then we're gonna put on the front bumper, and then we're gonna put on the back bumper. Whoa, look at that, that's different. And then I guess because she's aerodynamic, she doesn't have as much of like a trunk, so I guess, does this go this way? This doesn't feel right. I feel like it should go the other way. Yeah, okay, it's gonna go the other way. Then we're gonna put this here. She has her Tex Gas logo. Instead of Texas, it's Tex Gas, apparently, like Texaco. And then we have Rusty's Racing Car, Team 95, because she subs in for Lightning McQueen. All right, yeah. And then we're gonna put this on. We're gonna put this on. And we have Cruz Ramirez in her bedazzled Lightning McQueen job. I think this is before she was an official racer for the Piston Cup, but you guys know where we have to check. This one looks pretty solid for a Cruz, but you know, I really am starting to want Mater. Anyway, let's check to see what she's worth and you know, what version this is. So we got the specific version. It's a $10 version. What the heck? We're gonna go to collection. Yo, okay, so this is also again a 2017 and it's only appeared in one set. And I guess the fin, I was right. See, look at that. I built it right. All right, now the only thing left to do is actually race her. So let's do that. All right, we're doing another Cruise. 33. Wow, this is pretty standard. Please be Tomater. Please be Tomater. We're gonna grab it. Please be Tomater. Or someone equally as cool, because I have yet to get a Tomater and I want one. What the? Who is this? This is all that came in here. All right, well, I don't know. I guess we'll put it over here and wait until we get some more info. So that could go there. Let's open up the next pack. It is a thick boy. It's Tomater! Hey there, I'm Tomater. Hey, we need to build him. All right, let's build Tomater. Yes. 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 All right, then we got this, and we have his other side, and we're gonna do his back side. Oh shoot, we forgot to add his little back bumper. It's also got a trailer hitch. Hey, it says A113. That's like the PIXAR number. And we're gonna add the trailer hitch for the tow. You know what this would be perfect for? Towing that broken down Lightning McQueen from earlier. Hey Mater, my tire blew out. Hey there, buddy, don't worry, I'm here to help. Woohoo! All right, McQueen, get ready. This here's gonna tickle. What? Ugh. Sorry there, McQueen, let's do that again. Oh, Mater, that hurt. McQueen, Mater. Yee-hee. It's time to figure out what Mater's worth. All right, yo, he's going for a little more, about $10, which I think brings our collection closer and closer to that $100 mark. Yeah, we're at 87 right now. That's pretty good. Hey, thanks, Mater. No problem, partner. Ready to race? Yeah, let's race ya. There we go, Mater. Ready? 3, 2, go. Oh, no way. He got up to like 35 inches. That's pretty good. All right, now it's time to check out the next pack. Okay, this is a thick boy. All right, we're gonna see who's inside, and it is Dynaco Cruz. Sing for Dynaco, but then again, my brain is very forgetful. We're gonna put this right here, and then we're gonna put this right here. Oh wait, we should probably put on the back bumper. Boom, let's go, Dynaco Cruz. I think this is on backwards. Is it? Was it? No, I think it was on right. I was just being dumb. All right, and she's number 51 with the little Dynaco dinosaur that was also in Toy Story. All right, and then we're gonna put on this wheel, and we're gonna put on this wheel, and we're gonna put on this wheel, and we're gonna put on the last wheel. Bada boom, there's Cruz Ramirez. Oh shoot, wait, we gotta put on her back fender. Boom! Oh, yo, she looks sick. You know how in the Cruise, how like she talked about when she was a little kid, right? Like in how her family told her to dream small or not at all? Well, I don't think I've ever seen like a car grow from like a little kid to like an adult car. They're all just adult cars. And they just stay the same age. I don't understand. Although I guess Lightning gets older, but what? Wait, I guess they do die. Doc Hudson died. You know what? This is too deep and methodical for me. I don't understand how cars die. I guess they just stop maintaining them. Anyway, we're gonna figure out what this one's worth. We're going to minifigure scanner. We're gonna scan her. Oh wow, that was quick. $15. Why are the Cruises so expensive? All right, we're adding her to the collection. I think that would bring us over $100. Yes, we're at $100. Let's go. And more importantly, let's race. All right, Dynaco Cruz. Let's see how fast she goes. All right, 30 inches. There seems to be a standard here. Definitely gets a 10 out of 10. All right, let's open up the next pack that totally didn't have a Transformers logo on it. All right, and we're gonna see who's inside, and it is, what the, who is this? That's who I think it is. Oh my goodness, that's a big chunky body. I think it's gonna go with that missing thing from earlier. Oh, whoa, okay. Yes, it does, probably. I think it's Mrs. Fritter, which I think is attached to this. I need to figure out how I want to build this. All right, so we got this here, and then we're gonna put this here. All right, so we have like the workings of a fritter, and I think this will go here probably, and this will go here. This feels right, but I don't know if it is right. You know what? We'll run with it for now, and if it's an issue later, we still have one pack of Miss Fritter to open, I think, because, you know, we're missing a whole mouthpiece. Anyway, we're gonna put her over here and open up our next pack. I guess she's gonna take multiple packs to open. Oh, I think this is it. Whoa, those are big tires. All right, let's finish her. Miss Fritter, she has all the license plates of the car she's probably murdered on her side. I don't know if any of these numbers mean anything, but literally I think it's the same plates. I think it's just the front plates and the back plates on each side. And she's a school bus. Now there's only one car that could possibly be bigger than her. But first I want to see what she's worth. All right, our 11th car, Miss Fritter, is going for $9 or 12 used. That's not terrible. All right, we're at $114 so far. All right, now it's time to race this one, and she has big wheels, so she should be pretty good. All right, now we have Miss Fritter. Oh, whoa, Miss Fritter got up to 42 actually. Yo, I guess that puts her in first place now. We're getting closer and closer to opening up our gold pack. But in the meantime, let's open up this next one. All right, let's see who's inside. Oh no, it's one of those derby cars. These guys are the lemons that get completely obliterated by Miss Fritter. These poor dudes. All right, so I think that goes there off the bat. And then I guess we're gonna put this here, and then the other one's gonna go here. I don't think it matters which side, because you know, this boy's getting wrecked. All right, we're gonna add a wheel and another wheel, and then we just gotta add the front bumper. Bro, he lost so many teeth. No, he needs to see more dentists than Mater. Oh shoot, did I put it on the wrong side? I'm so confused. Where do I put this sucker? Okay, does he go here? No, he doesn't go there. That's too smooth. All right, maybe he goes like this. This doesn't feel right on so many levels. Maybe this is like a flatbed. Maybe it's supposed to go up here. Yeah, I think that's right. I think this is probably more accurate. Yeah, okay, I like that better. Makes me feel a little better about myself. And then he has these little antennas up here. All right, and we're gonna put these here. Yeah, he's like some type of flatbedded car. I don't know what his name is, but I wanna scan him and find out who he is. So many obscure cars. All right, minifig scanner. We're scanning him, and it is... Okay, so this guy's name is Broadside, I guess because he gets broadsided all the time, which means he gets hit. And he's going for $9, which I think will bring our collection up to 127. That's a pretty steady trajectory for a pretty steady looking cool guy. But you know what's important? We gotta race him. What's his name? Broadside? Yeah, no, he didn't even make it past the ramp. We'll give Broadside like a 6. 2 more packs, then it's time to open the gold pack, which might even open something else. But in the meantime, let's see who's in this one. All right, gonna crack-a-lack-a-ding-dong. It's another Lightning McQueen. All right, let's build him. All right, tire time. I feel literally like Luigi and Guido right now, putting tires on him. All right, so he has the Rusty's bumper, and then we're gonna tag this sucker on, bada boom, and he's gonna be smiling, and this is the new Cars 3 version again. Curious how much this one actually goes for, but this is probably the nicest looking one that's out there. Yeah, this is, I guess, Lightning in his almost unk status, even though he doesn't look a day over like 20. Wait a minute, Cars is turning 20 this year? How old am I? Bruh, he's almost unk. He's also Speed.
I am Steve.
Did you just say I am Steve? No, I am Speed. I'm pretty sure I just heard Steve. Wait a minute, you have a chicken jockey? All right, time to open up Brickify again because we need to check the minifig scanner. Oh, yo, that scanned quickly. Yo, he's going for $11 or $17 almost. That's pretty freaking good. We'll add him to the collection. Now we just gotta race him. All right, Rusty's Lightning. All right, kind of the same. One more pack before the final Piston Cup Gold pack. Well, let's see who it is. Oh, it's Cruz Ramirez again. Bruh, if we have to race another Cruz, I'm gonna cruise on out of here. But I don't think we will unless she's like the final one, which would be kind of lame. I don't know, Cruz wasn't like my favorite character. She was like, okay. Just like kind of forgettable. She's got the mud splatters. I guess this is like the Miss Fritter style Cruz. Yeah, okay, cool. I think this is on backwards. Could be wrong. No, yeah, it's on backwards. All right, we're gonna put this here, and here, and here, and here. Boom, text gas again. This is our third variant of Cruz. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna tire her up. Scanner. Bro, I don't want Luigi. Open up. Let's go. Cruz. Oh, wow, that was quick. They didn't scan the right one. I need the muddy one. There we go. This one's $10? What? Why is this one more expensive? I guess it came in a rarer set. All right, $17. It's 2017, the same one as all those other ones, including the first one we opened. We're at $158. I wonder what this one's gonna bring us to. Wait, but before we can open this, we're gonna need help. And we're gonna need to race Cruz. All right, Cruz, let's go. Whoa, Cruz almost made it as far as Jackson, like 35 inches. All right, that puts her in second place. All right, are you guys ready to open this? Wait a minute, do you guys hear that? Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. It's Mac! This is Lightning's like handler. He drives him around in his truck. Yo, we finally got him. He's definitely not gonna fit in one of these little packs. But it has the Piston Cup logo, the Rusty's logo, and he comes with the Rusty's hat that's on a truck. Mac legit looks like a trucker. One of my favorite scenes in all the Cars movies is he was just looking at the back of a reflective car and doing it. Bro, you a freak. Anyway, I want to be able to load up whatever car we get from inside him, and then we're gonna take him out to race and whichever car is inside of it. All right, let's see who's in the gold pack. By the way, you guys need to hit that subscribe button because we're trying to hit 400K subs. No way, it's the Hudson Hornet Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen. All right, we're gonna put it in. He still has red tires, which I don't remember, but I think that's right. It's the fabulous Lightning McQueen. Oh, this was one of my favorite versions of Lightning. I hope in the next Cars movie he looks like this. Yes, look at him. Oh shoot, we need to put in the spoiler. Yo, we got the fabulous Lightning McQueen in Lego form. Oh dude, I need to see what these two are both worth. I think Mac is probably gonna be his own set. He might be a little too big to be counted as a minifig. All right, we got Lightning first. This Lightning's going for $14 or 20 used. What about Mac? All right, that's not Mac, that's Grem. There we go, Mac truck. He's going for about 17 bucks actually, which is not as much as I thought, but we'll add him to the collection and then we'll actually look to see what all the cars are worth. $196? That's almost 200 bucks. All right, now let's load him up in the truck and take him outside. Later, guys. I'll see you all on the track. Is there room for another person in there? Take me with you! Ah! Hey, Mac, get him out of here! Sorry, pal, we're already on our way to the race. No, yes! I love you, Lightning McQueen! All right, now we have the fabulous Lightning McQueen, but before we do him, I want to do Mac. All right, Mac attack, let's go. All right, pal. Whoa! Mac got up to almost 48. No, 50. Mac, are you the secret best racer? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's Florida, man. It might be him. All right, guys, Mac is in first place. All right, last car. It's the racer, the Piston Cup winning fabulous Lightning McQueen. Ready? Whoa. I think he's up at 43. Which would put him in second place, or third place. And it looks like this is our winner's circle. Anyways, if you want to see what your LEGO minifigures are worth, make sure to download Brickify. It was really fun to use. This is a LEGO Joy minifigure, and today I'm going inside the head of a LEGO minifigure and building sets for all the different emotions from the movie Inside Out. And stay tuned, because things are gonna get emotional. Anyways, LEGO. Now, if you've been living under a rock, then let me explain to you what Inside Out is. Basically, it's a PIXAR movie where all the feelings you have are actually little people living inside your head, like joy, anger, sadness, fear, and disgust. And the movie shows how your mind works and how you make memories. Oh, and there's also this guy named Bing Bong. Now, LEGO's only made one Inside Out set, so I have to go to Target to cop it. We got it. Now let's get into this bad Larry. These are all the minifigures that actually came in the set. You have the Joy minifigure, who's not even a minifigure. That's right, this is a mini doll. Who wanted a mini doll? They could have given us a minifigure. They also have one of the baby mini dolls, which they turned into Anxiety. And Anxiety I like a little bit more as a mini doll, but still, it's weird. And you have these guys called Mind Workers. Not Mind Workers, Mind Workers, because you know, they're in the mind. This guy low-key has an epic mustache. And those are cool, but honestly, I think the neater thing are these little boxes. Now, if I was a Lego set designer, I wouldn't have done this. I would have just done the main headquarters. But here's why these are cool. On this block, you have joy, disgust, anger, fear, and sadness. And anger low-key looks like red SpongeBob. And you can even open it up and you have this little area to, you know, hide your deepest and darkest secrets. Yeah, you're staying in here for a long time. These are like the scary puppets I made when I was 8. Yeah, okay, you're just gonna bottle that up. And over here we have the new emotions of anxiety, embarrassment, ennui, and envy. What is ennui? We don't care. There's also this vault on this one, so you know, you could open it and write your deepest and darkest secrets and put them directly in this box. Honestly, it reminds me more of the vault they have in Inside Out 2, where they bring them all in a bottle and, you know, bottle up all the emotions. So we're just gonna put Joy in there and, you know, lock her up.
We are suppressed emotions!
And the reason I think they did all of these is so that way you can actually like roll the emotional dice and decide what emotions you're feeling. So maybe, you know, I'm feeling lucky and I feel envy and joy. I don't know if those two work together. All right, envy and joy it is. You also get the pretty simple table at headquarters where Joy can go and manipulate your emotions. Speaking of which, this is a core memory. There's also an orange core memory here too. You know, because some of your core memories just have to be anxiety. Honestly, this guy isn't that bad. I think people overhate on it. Would it have been cooler if it was a mini headquarters? Yeah, but it's still a really interesting premise, and I like how useful it is. But that's not why we're here. You know, this is cool and all, but you might have noticed there are only 2 emotion minifigures in this set. So I went online and ordered these custom Lego sets of Inside Out characters. And I'm gonna start with the emotion I'm feeling right now, anger. You might be asking, why am I angry? Well, you haven't pressed the subscribe button yet. We need to hit 50,000 subscribers. So do it, or he's gonna be angry. Not gonna lie, the anger minifigure is kind of mid. The box made it look like it was gonna have more texture than this, but this is kind of flat. But since that control stand is way too tall for him anyway, I'm gonna put him on this one. So he could, you know, do his whole thing where he goes,
"Congratulations, San Francisco. You've ruined pizza, pasta, Hawaiians, and now you."
But either way, our emotions are getting a little more complicated, and we have 3. And now I definitely wanna build disgust. The disgust minifigure looks pretty cool. Her builds are some of these core memories and a couch, but since she doesn't have bending legs, it makes it a little hard to use. You could have her go up to headquarters for either an idea or when for Riley's eating broccoli. Now next I have to build sadness. She comes in her adorable white sweater, and then I just had to build up the area where they store all the memories. And I'll put that right over here. And she could come in and, you know, make Riley sad.
I'm entering a sadness spiral.
Now the next emotion we have to make is fear. He comes with another control panel, and I actually built this one up because it looks kind of interesting, but I don't really want to use it. More importantly, here's fear. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he doesn't look great. He looks a bit like a chess piece with eyes attached, and he comes with this fire for a cave. I don't know why he has fire. I feel like he should be pretty afraid of that. But I'll put him with the other emotions. Now those are all the main emotions, but do you remember these guys from earlier? Yeah, the brain workers. Well, there's some custom sets for these guys, and I'm gonna build them. So Lego. All right, so this first one I think is a representation from Imagination Land where she imagines winning, so there's a trophy, and then you also have these little representatives of candy canes because I think she had a candy cane forest or something. I don't know, it looks like this guy has a giant mustache though with a big mouth or a cigar, I can't tell. This one comes with a blue mind worker who has an even bigger mustache, and he has this memory analyzer tool. I don't remember this from the movie, but it comes with some of the different memories that were angry, sad, and joyous, and he looks like a pretty chill guy. Moving over here, I think this whole tower is supposed to be representative of where headquarters is located in Riley's mind. And there's another little gummy drop man. Now, obviously compared to these other ones, these guys are a little bit bigger. I mean, bro is literally just a head. And this one's like a BB-8 ball. So it's certainly a little bit of a different design. But anyway, they're all now coming into the headquarters because they are gonna get an update that involves her. Someone is not happy about this.
Let me at him! Get out of here, you little headman. Ah.
Yeah, that was my attempt at Inside Out in Lego. And I made every emotion. Yep, all of them. Anyways, with all that said, God bless, stay awesome.